When people talk about success, they often talk about motivation. Motivation sounds exciting because it's that spark of energy, that sudden wave of inspiration that pushes us to take action. But here's the truth: motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes depending on how you feel, on whether the day is good or bad, on whether life is giving you comfort or pressure. If you build your entire journey on motivation, you'll always be waiting for the right mood to start. And the right mood rarely shows up when you need it the most. Discipline, on the other hand, is not emotional. It is not about waiting to feel ready. It is about doing what must be done, regardless of whether you feel like it or not. That's why disciplined people appear stronger, not because they have more energy or excitement, but because they have trained themselves to separate feelings from actions. They understand that feelings are temporary, but actions create lasting results. Think about the athlete who wakes up at 5 a.m. to train, even when the bed is warm and comfortable. Or the student who studies when no one is watching, while their friends are scrolling through endless distractions. These people are not depending on motivation, they are depending on discipline. And discipline, unlike motivation, is something you can control every single day. Psychologically, discipline builds resilience. Philosophically, it represents freedom, the freedom to rise above your impulses and live with intention. When you choose discipline, you are no longer a prisoner of moods, laziness, or fear. You become the master of your own progress. So remember this: motivation may inspire you to start, but only discipline will carry you through. And if you truly want to change your life, discipline yourself before life disciplines you. Life has a very simple but very hard truth: you cannot escape pain. No matter who you are, no matter how carefully you plan, pain will come to you. The question is not whether you will face pain, the question is which kind of pain you choose. There is the pain of discipline, the discomfort of doing what is hard, of saying no to distractions, of pushing yourself when it feels easier to quit. And then there is the pain of regret, the heavy burden of knowing you could have done more, that you let opportunities slip away because you chose comfort in the moment. The pain of discipline is sharp, but it is temporary. Wake up early, push through the workout, stay focused on your studies. Yes, it hurts, but the hurt passes. And in its place, discipline leaves behind strength, progress, and growth. The pain of regret is different. It is quiet at first, easy to ignore, but it grows louder over time. One day you look back and realize the years are gone, the chances are gone, and the only thing left is the question: what if I had tried harder? That pain does not fade, it lingers. Psychologists will tell you that human beings are designed to seek comfort. But comfort, if you surrender to it completely, becomes a trap. Philosophically, this is the paradox of life: the easy road in the short term leads to the hardest life in the long term, while the hard road in the short term leads to the most meaningful life in the long term. So choose wisely. You cannot avoid pain, but you can choose the kind of pain you live with. Embrace the pain of discipline today, or live with the pain of regret tomorrow. The decision is yours. Every one of us lives with chaos inside. Doubt, fear, procrastination, the endless noise of excuses, this is the natural state of the mind when it is left untrained. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow, you promise yourself that next week will be different, but the cycle repeats. Without structure, the mind becomes your greatest enemy. And this is where discipline steps in. It is the tool that transforms inner chaos into order, weakness into power. Think of discipline as a compass. When you are lost in distraction, when fear clouds your judgment, discipline points you back to your direction. It does not silence the doubts, it does not erase the fear, but it gives you a way to act in spite of them. That's why disciplined people achieve more. It's not that they don't feel tired or afraid, it's that they have built a system that prevents emotions from controlling their destiny. Philosophically, discipline is the bridge between potential and reality. Every person has dreams, but dreams without discipline remain illusions. Psychologically, discipline rewires the brain. The more you practice consistent effort, the stronger your neural pathways for focus and self-control become. What once felt impossible becomes your new normal. In this way, discipline reshapes who you are at the deepest level. And here is the most powerful truth: discipline gives you freedom. Freedom from excuses, freedom from the ups and downs of mood, freedom from the small voice that keeps telling you to wait. It allows you to stand in the middle of chaos and still move forward with clarity. So remember, success does not come from removing the chaos of life, it comes from mastering it. And discipline is the only force strong enough to turn your chaos into power. Most people think of discipline as a punishment, as if it is something harsh that steals away freedom. But in reality, discipline is one of the highest forms of love, love for your own future self. Every decision you make today is a message you send forward in time. When you choose discipline, you are saying to your future self, I care about you enough to sacrifice comfort right now so you can live better tomorrow. Think about it. The person you will be in 5 years will not appear by accident. That person will be the result of the habits you practice today, the choices you repeat, the small moments where you decide between comfort and growth. When you skip discipline, you are stealing from your future self. But when you embrace it, you are building a version of yourself that will thank you. Psychologically, this perspective changes everything. Instead of seeing discipline as restriction, you begin to see it as investment. Just as saving money today creates financial freedom later, practicing discipline today creates personal freedom later, the freedom to live stronger, wiser, and with fewer regrets. Philosophically, it's a profound act of self-respect. To discipline yourself is to recognize that you are worthy of a better future, and that your life is valuable enough to shape with intention. So the question becomes, do you love your future self enough to endure the discomfort of discipline today? Or will you abandon that future for the shallow pleasure of the present? The truth is simple, your future self is waiting. And the only way to honor that person is to